Hey guys, what's up? I'm back, Rob Richards, here for the WBFF World Fitness Championships training blog. Now, as of tomorrow, which is Saturday, it's 14 weeks away from the competition. So this is where everything really counts. My training, my nutrition, any supplementation, rest, recovery, you name it, it all comes into play. This time round, I'm pretty much logging everything. If you want to find out more, including which supplements I'm taking, which body parts I'm training, how I'm training them, the food I'm taking, how I'm structuring everything, go to robrichardsstore.com and check it out there. It's all going to be there available for you to follow and check out each week.
I just can't stop the feelings, don't seem to go away. So if I hurt your feelings, don't blame it on me.
Alright, so first up, something that you haven't seen me done too much of lately is cardio. This is to really lubricate my joints, especially my arms and shoulders, which I'm going to start doing now, so that when I start the heavier exercises, even though I'm warming up, I've got that lubrication in my joints, so synovial fluids around my shoulder and especially around the elbow. First muscle group that I train, I always do 2 warm-up sets. Doesn't really matter about the weight, 40-50% of my maximum weight. High reps, maybe 20. The one thing I don't want to do is fail or fatigue. This is just to get a pump and to pump more blood into that muscle. Yes. 60 seconds rest time between these warm-up sets, so into my first work set now. Let me just explain here. I'm basically doing 3 sets per exercise. Warm-up's done now. I don't need to warm up again unless when I move on to triceps, I might do 1 warm-up exercise for my triceps. Based on my shoulder exercise that I did pretty much a week ago now, I'm going to start on my 2nd set for my first work set here. The reason for that is I want to progress. I want to train the muscle to get stronger and bigger, and the only way I can do that is to overload it so that it will adapt. You see I'm using the grips there. I always use the grips, even if I'm with a spotter, just in case. The last thing I want to do is have a wave, whether it's above my head or over my chest or worse, on my legs, and I start to get imbalanced. So 12 reps, and remember I said 12 was my cutoff point. Now I want to talk about 3 principles to apply to each of these work sets. First one is failure, second one is concentric failure, and the third one is eccentric failure. Now I got close to failing on the first one. The second work set here, I've increased the weight by about 10 and a bit %, and my goal here is to fail around 8 or 9 reps and then force out no more than 3 concentric reps. So I'm still pushing all out effort. I'm just using a spotter just to assist me up that little bit more so that I can really hit those type 2B muscle fibers, which is where that growth comes in. My 12 reps there. As you saw, I don't know whether it looked different from what I was doing, but I felt like I failed pretty much on that 10th rep. So for me, I would call that pretty much the perfect set. About 1.5 minutes, rest left, I start loading the weights up. And by the way, when I go down, I'm trying to take 4 seconds to lower the bar down, so a lot of resistance and strain on that muscle there. That third and final eccentric one, got it down to about here, my muscles just went like that. That's the point you need to get to. Only now can I move on to my next exercise, knowing that I've fully failed, fatigued and worked my shoulder muscles on military press. 2 minutes rest, on to the next one. You know, it's funny, 14 weeks out last year, I was like 200 pounds. I don't know what I was doing. I had to drop 20 pounds at least before I was on stage. So that was a big change for my body. Now I'm 185 pounds, I'll probably get on stage maybe 180. So I feel I'm in a much better position than I was last year. So who knows, maybe it will be a repeat of last year, maybe not. All I know is I'm going to be at my best on that stage. Third exercise, I'm doing dumbbell lateral raises, but I'm only doing one arm at a time. The reason for that is I can actually manage more weight. If I steady myself, I'll just focus on that one weight, I'm putting all of that strain on that particular deltoid head or set of delts, as opposed to doing both. And as soon as I start to fail and get to that point of fatigue, I start throwing them up and I'm kind of taking away the work done by the muscle. So, and I'm going to start with 45-pound weight. Now, although I'm now switching to my other side, my left side, and I'm not using that same muscle, I don't need to allow for 2 minutes rest, really. But I'm going to give it a minute's rest before I go on to the left. Now I have 2 minutes. Last week I trained rear delts by doing bent over rear delt flies. So basically I had dumbbells in my hand, I stood like that, doing this. Now that's fun, I'll kind of alternate between certain cable and free weight exercises each week, just so I can still vary some of the exercises. But like I mentioned, I'm already feeling somewhat fatigued from those previous 3 exercises. I've only done 3 exercises. So now I'm doing cable so that I can, if anything, save a little bit of my energy. Still work my rear delts hard, but I've got some energy worth hitting my triceps on. So again, only 2 sets on here, but again, those 2 sets are all out effort. Now, I'm not using handles on here. I wouldn't advise to anyone to do the same as me. This is just my style. So if you want to use handles, definitely use them. And you may actually get a greater pull in the muscle. Okay, a few tips and pointers on there. Keep my chest elevated up. I'm in a kind of a duck stance. I've got my butt stuck out a little bit. My chest up, therefore I'm nice and sturdy. And I'm not rocking back like this. Final thing, I don't let my arms cross, because from there, my shoulders are then fully stretched. And I look at it that the efficiency of that muscle being worked is probably from there to there. So I really want to work in that rep limit range there, that movement. Going all the way in and all the way out like that is in a way wasting some of the energy that you can be using to really focus on failing and hitting that threshold.